When it comes to the hiring process, what you see isn't always what you get. Uncovering the truth from lies in the hiring process requires employers to use effective strategies and tools. Through thorough background checks, behavioral interviews, skills assessments, and scrutiny of online presence, one can learn a lot about a candidate's honesty and integrity.
I think that's cap.
So by dedicating resources to finding out the truth, employers have to protect themselves from potential liabilities and ensure the selection of individuals who possess the necessary qualifications, skills, and values to contribute positively to the organization. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Preston. I'm a professional recruiter in the technology industry for almost about a decade. Before we get started, if you are as excited as I am to get into this video, feel free to support a fellow recruiter. Give us a like, subscribe, click that bell. It really means a lot. You, the recruiter, are always carefully reviewing the candidate's resume and you realize something isn't actually quite adding up. So with curiosity, you go around to the candidate's claims, checking for consistency and authenticity, and during the interview, subtle hints of hesitation and conflicting details emerged, casting doubt on the candidate's credibility. Your intuition sharpens, sensing that a lie might be concealed within the layers of the resume. So with tact and skillful questioning, you sought to find out the truth, determined to ensure the integrity of the hiring process and find candidates whose qualifications align with reality. Have you ever found yourself in a similar situation? Share with me your candidate stories in the comments below. The complex reason behind why candidates lie is that they may feel immense pressure to stand out in a competitive job market, or they fear that genuine qualifications might not be enough to secure the position. There are 4 common lies candidates have told during the hiring process. Educational background and qualifications. Candidates may falsely claim degrees or qualifications they never attained. For example, they might state that they attended an undergraduate program at a specific college or university when they actually never did, or only took a single class there, or maybe did even a part-time or night class. They may also exaggerate their language proficiency or claim expertise in certain software applications, such as being fluent in Spanish or an expert in Microsoft Excel or Python or Ruby on Rails in engineering.
Kinda sus.
Employment history. According to resumebuilder.com, candidates frequently lie about their years of experience, with 38% of cases involving such deception. Candidates also may fabricate their skills and abilities and misrepresent their previous job responsibilities. They might manipulate job titles or positions on their resumes or during interviews. For instance, a candidate might inflate a previous job title from marketing manager to a marketing director or maybe even a senior manager to really make it appear as though they held a senior leadership role. They may also elaborate their responsibilities or achievements, such as falsely claiming to have supervised a team of 50 individuals in their previous position. Skills and abilities. Candidates often overstate their proficiency in certain skills, especially those in high demand. They may include impressive sounding skills on their resumes to catch the attention of recruiters, despite lacking actual proficiency. For instance, a candidate might claim on their resume to have knowledge and experience in using Python, even though they'd never used it before. Reasons for leaving previous positions. Candidates may conceal job terminations or dismissals from recruiters or hiring managers. They might misrepresent the reasons for leaving their previous positions, particularly if they left on unfavorable terms. Candidates often feel tempted to lie in order to avoid presenting a negative impression of themselves to potential employers. While lying during the hiring process is never justified, you need to recognize the underlying motivations behind such behavior. Creating an environment where honesty is valued and rewarded can really help speak for a transparent and trustworthy hiring process, benefiting both recruiters and candidates. So how can you tell if a candidate is lying to you? Identifying if a candidate is being dishonest during the hiring process can be challenging, but there are several signs to watch out for. Lack of clarity. Honest candidates typically provide specific and consistent details about their experiences. On the other hand, dishonest candidates may struggle to offer clear and detailed information about their past accomplishments, scope, or job responsibilities. Take note if you see that the candidate seems hesitant or unable to explain or clarify their responses. Overemphasis on group accomplishments. While teamwork is valuable, be cautious if a candidate predominantly talks about group achievements during the interview. This may indicate that they're relying on examples borrowed from others to practice before the interview. Recruiters should be attentive to excessive elaboration or lack of focus on individual contributions. To assess their independence, ask the candidate about their specific roles and responsibilities in a group project, or request an explanation of an accomplishment they achieved individually, such as a personal project. Body language. You don't really need a lie detector test to pick up on potential dishonesty. Observing a candidate's body language can provide valuable insights.
You're making that up.
Look for signs of nervousness or discomfort, such as fidgeting, avoiding eye contact, excessive sweating, or unnatural body movements. Keep in mind that these cues alone do not definitively prove lying, as they can also stem from anxiety or nervousness. However, they can serve as indicators for further investigation. Inconsistencies and vagueness. When candidates respond to thoughtful, multifaceted questions with irrelevant or imprecise answers, it could be a red flag that they are not being entirely truthful. While some candidates may also simply be unprepared, this behavior can also suggest deception as well. Pay attention if the candidate provides evasive or vague answers instead of offering specific details.
That's suspicious.
Look for contradictions or changes in their statements or stories. Recruiters can challenge candidates to elaborate further to determine if they're exaggerating their credentials or simply experiencing nervousness. It's really important to approach these signs with caution and not jump to any conclusions based solely on them. Implementing a comprehensive evaluation process that includes multiple interviews, reference checks, and skills assessments can provide a more accurate assessment of a candidate's honesty and qualifications. So how can you spot lies told by candidates during the recruitment process? Well, here are 3 ways. Conducting thorough background checks. A background check is a crucial step in assessing the validity of the information provided by job candidates and identifying any potential red flags or criminal records. It helps employers, hiring managers, and recruiters make informed decisions to make sure that they select the best and safest candidates for their organization. So here are some key aspects to consider when conducting thorough background checks. Educational credentials and qualifications. It's important to verify a candidate's educational background, particularly if there are suspicions of falsification. Websites like iProspectCheck.com or the National Student Clearinghouse can be used to confirm enrollment status, degrees obtained, attendance dates, high school diplomas, and professional certifications. As an alternative, recruiters can also directly contact educational institutions or conduct independent research on the claimed educational institutions. Reference checks. Contacting previous employers for reference checks provides knowledge to recruiters about a candidate's qualifications. Many recruiters and hiring managers consider reference checks as a final validation for a potential warning about a candidate. Prior to meeting with a previous employer, recruiters should prepare a list of questions to confirm or refute the candidate's skill sets and work ethic. Some examples include verifying employment details like job titles, pay, responsibilities, understanding the relationship with the candidate, identifying strengths and weaknesses, and asking for additional pertinent information. Reference checks not only help verify employment history, but also provide helpful information about a candidate's abilities and behavior as a co-worker and employee. It's important to conduct background checks ethically with proper consent, adhering to applicable laws and regulations. Recruiters should ensure that the information they gather is relevant to the job requirements and avoid any biases or discriminatory practices. By conducting thorough background checks, recruiters can make more informed decisions and mitigate potential risks associated with hiring candidates with misrepresented qualifications or problematic backgrounds. Behavioral and situational interviews. Behavioral and situational interviews are indeed 2 distinct types of interviewing methods that provide valuable insights into a candidate's abilities and potential fit for a job. So here are some key points to consider when interviewing these interviews. Behavioral interviews. These interviews focus on candidates' past behavior and experiences. So rather than hypothetical scenarios, recruiters can ask candidates to provide specific examples of situations that they have encountered in previous roles. The purpose is to assess their problem-solving skills, adaptability, communication abilities, conflict management, and other relevant traits. Asking questions like, "Tell me about a time when," or "Give me an example of how you handled," helps evaluate a candidate's behavior, decision-making style, and approach to challenges. Situational interviews. So in contrast to behavioral interviews, situational interviews involve hypothetical scenarios and assess a candidate's ability to handle potential future situations that may arise on the job. Recruiters present candidates with specific situations and ask them to describe how they would approach or handle those situations. These questions provide insights into the candidate's thought process, problem-solving abilities, and ability to apply relevant skills and knowledge in different contexts. So to assess a candidate's knowledge and experience during behavioral and situational interviews, it is really important to ask specific and targeted questions. For behavioral interviews, focus on concrete examples by asking candidates to describe actual situations they have faced, and for situational interviews, present hypothetical scenarios relevant to the job and ask candidates how they would respond to or handle them. Regarding assessing honesty and integrity, recruiters Recruiters can use behavioral interviewing techniques to gain insights into a candidate's character. By asking candidates to describe real-time instances and deeply analyzing their responses, recruiters can evaluate how honest and genuine their answers are. Asking candidates to describe their personality traits and then presenting them with situational questions also allow recruiters to assess if candidates can demonstrate the traits that they claim to possess. Complex skills questions or in-house assessments can also help uncover a candidate's true talent. Henry Ford, for example, implemented a practice of sending committees to workers' homes to assess their behavior. He believed that examining their personal lives, such as the cleanliness of their homes and kitchens, could provide additional insights into their integrity and reliability as employees. By observing these traits and behaviors, Ford aimed to gauge the honesty and character of his workers. While Ford's approach may have been a bit extreme, it reflects the belief that traits and behaviors can reveal helpful information about a person's integrity and suitability for a role. This idea aligns with the use of behavioral interviewing techniques, where recruiters or interviewers ask candidates to provide specific examples from their past experiences to assess their behavior and decision-making abilities. By analyzing how candidates have handled real-life situations in the past, this can be an eye-opener for recruiters into their honesty, integrity, and overall character. Behavioral interviewing techniques help evaluate a candidate's responses, actions, and problem-solving approaches, which can provide indications of their reliability and integrity. So while Ford's practice may have been controversial, modern approaches to assessing honesty and integrity during interviews focus on behavioral interviewing techniques combined with reference checks, background screenings, and assessing cultural fits. These methods provide a more comprehensive and fair evaluation of candidate suitability for a role, taking into account various factors beyond traits and behaviors alone. So while these interviewing techniques provide valuable information, it's really important to consider the overall assessment of a candidate, including their qualifications, their experience, and cultural fit in making a hiring decision. Social media and online presence. Social media has become a relevant resource for employers to gather more information about job applicants and conduct background checks. Recruiters can learn about applicants' personality and can be used to cross-check the information provided in their job application. This is a helpful background check tool because employers, recruiters, or even screening agencies can uncover details that may not be available on a resume or cover letter. So here are some factors to consider when conducting a social media background check. Job qualifications. Look for any information that validates or contradicts the candidate's claimed qualifications, skills, or experience. This can include posts or updates related to their work, projects they have completed, or professional certifications that they hold. Professional online persona. Evaluate how a candidate presents themselves professionally on social media. Look for indications of professionalism, industry knowledge, or engagement in relevant discussions. Assess whether their online persona aligns with the requirements and values of the position and company. External online content. Explore what others are posting about the candidate on different websites, including recommendations, endorsements, or mentions from colleagues, clients, or former employers. This can provide additional perspectives on the candidate's reputation and capabilities. Red flags. Be vigilant for any red flags that might raise concerns about the candidate's suitability for the role. These can include inconsistent information compared to their application, negative posts about current or past employers, discriminatory or harassing content, instances of violence, substance abuse references, engagement in illegal activities, or unprofessional behavior. For example, if a candidate describes themselves as a focused, target-driven individual with an energetic work ethic in their application, but their Twitter feed reveals frequent complaints about being bored at the office, well, it raises a contradiction that could impact their chances of being hired. So it's important to approach social media background checks ethically and with discretion. Focus on job-related information and avoid making judgment based on personal opinions, political views, or protected characteristics. Comply with local laws and regulations regarding privacy and discrimination during the screening process. In the high-stakes world of hiring, common lies often taint the recruitment process, making it important for employers to apply strategies that enable them to discern truth from deception. Throughout the hiring journey, candidates may represent their educational background, employment history, skills, or reasons for leaving previous positions. Such fabrications can have severe consequences, leading to ill-suited hires, broken up team dynamics, and compromised organizational integrity. So to safeguard against these risks, employers must create effective methods to uncover the truth. Thorough background checks, behavioral interviews, and skills assessments and scrutiny of candidates' online presence are crucial tools in discerning authenticity. Investing in these methods can help employers, recruiters, and hiring managers make the best informed decisions, selecting individuals who truly possess the qualifications, skills, and integrity necessary for success. The significance of an honest and reliable workforce cannot be overstated. Trust forms the basis baseline of strong working relationships and really paves the way for collaboration, innovation, and sustained growth. So when employers put honesty first during the hiring process, they cultivate an environment where open communication, accountability, and ethical behavior flourish. In this complex landscape where the line between truth and deception can be blurred, employers who remain loyal in their commitment to integrity will ultimately reap the rewards of an honest and reliable workplace. By upholding these values and employing effective methods to uncover the truth, organizations can forge a path towards sustained success and really build a workplace culture grounded in trust and transparency. How do you typically handle situations where you suspect someone might be lying to you? Please comment down below. If you like this video and want to see more like it, feel free again to give us a like, subscribe, click that bell. It really means a lot. Feel free to also follow me as I try my best to also post behind the scenes content daily. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you on the next one.